nostalgic at all for you to be coaching against the Cavs where you used to coach for this Eastern Conference Final run? Do you have any trip down memory lane at all approaching the series?
No, I mean my youngest son really likes. I had a great time there. My youngest son though really likes Cleveland. Played football at Case Western Reserve, so only thing that kind of brought back memories was he said he might come to Cleveland for a game. He hadn't been anyplace else, but he might come to Cleveland for a game.
Is everybody healthy and ready to go for game one?
Everybody practiced today. You know, again, I'm just going to follow the medical's lead, but everybody practiced today.
OG full practice?
Yeah.
When you look at the matchup, they have Harden, they have Mitchell, they have Allen and Mobley. Just what do you make of the Cavs as a roster and the way Kenny's been coaching them and with the challenges that they go through?
Yeah, Kenny's done a phenomenal job. You know, and you know Kenny, we know each other well from our time in Golden State together. He's a great person and obviously a really good coach. And he's got those guys playing at a high level, you know, and to sit back and watch those guys take both their series to 7 games and find the resiliency to win in 7 games just shows how experienced that team is when it comes to the playoffs. There was no panic in them at all, starting with Kenny on down. So it's a really, really good team, high-level team that's extremely well coached.
Mike, what's the challenge for you with 9 days off before the ball game? Considering they're coming right off the game, do you worry about complacency? Do you worry about not being sharp? Do you worry about being a step slow?
Yeah, I mean, you worry about all those things, you know, but at the end of the day, you know, we've had a chance to rest too, and they've had to play, 14 games in 29, 30 days, and so, you know, it could go either way. You just hope that, when we step out there, our competitive spirit is at an extremely high level, and we don't ease into the game at all because they're a dangerous offensive team. They're very potent with their shooters and playmakers, and they have size and toughness and all that. So there's a lot of things you worry about, but that's why it's good that you got to go play the games.
In 2009.
I'm sorry, say it again.
2009
yeah.
With the Cavs. You guys, I think you swept the first 2 series, and then you might have had 9 days between the end of your second round and the start of the conference final. And obviously you guys fell short in that conference final. I'm just wondering, does that come into your mind at all in terms of stuff you can take lessons from in terms of how to approach this kind of break, or is that not something?
Yeah, you always try to lean on stuff that you've done in the past, but in the same breath, this team is different. It's a different time, and so you lean on your past experiences. You lean on the players. You lean on the coaches around you. So obviously, I think Chris Gent might have been with me, but other than Chris Gent, everybody else is new. So you always try to take past experiences, good or bad, into account with what you do in the present, but you just still got to go play the game at the end of the day to see what happens and make adjustments as you're going through the process.
Mike, is that year you spent with Kenny? I think it was 1 year in Golden State that you guys worked together.
I think it was one for sure. I don't know if it was. I can't remember.
When you work with a guy close up, that you kind of go into this saying, I know how he thinks, or I know what he's going to try and do to us.
I mean, it's different because that team is different than his team, which is different than our team, and so so it's different from that standpoint. We probably gain more knowledge of how we're coaching our teams based on the times that we played against each other this year, more than in the past.
Mike, how much can game 1 of the series set the tone for the series? Last year, before you were here, we lost game 1 of the conference finals, which kind of set the tone for the whole series. How much can game 1 sort of set a tone for the games after?
I mean, it can obviously set the tone, but I think Cleveland lost in game 1 to Detroit. So at the end of the day, each game is its own separate entity, and you got to try to be able to make adjustments after games to see if you can counter anything that you're having problems with, and if you do, you may have a chance to come out on top. But for us, and I think it's no different for any team, you always want to hit first, second, third, and obviously last. So trying to do that is going to be big. We've talked about it before with the starts of our games, and our guys, to their credit, have done a better job in the playoffs than what we did, towards the end of the regular season.
How
You
important
talked
is
about is the game. Go ahead.
You guys, let's go.
No, so you talked about you and Scanny being able to learn more about how you'll play each other from the games this year than you would have, from the year in Golden State. I'm curious, how different is that team with James now than they were the first two times?
No, it's different. You got another guy that's an all-star. So, if you think about it, I think James has been all-star before, Donovan Mitchell, Mobley, I think Jared Allen. Allen's been. So, you talking about, I remember back in the day when I was with Pop said, he was just kind of, you need 3 all-stars to win a championship. Well, they got 4, and so James being the 4th one has added a dimension to their team that not many teams have. Not many teams can say, hey, we have 4 all-stars on our roster, and that 4th guy in James is a playmaker and a scorer. So he presents a problem when you have that and Donovan Mitchell and everybody else, and then they have the shooting. So it's a different team, and he makes them different because of the experience that he has, especially in the playoffs and in big moments, and him being a Hall of Fame caliber player.
Two more stuff.
You technically only have 2 all-stars, but I'm sure you think in your mind you have 4 as well.
For sure.
Yeah. How important is it to...
So if you guys can help me out in the future, cast your votes the right way.
Given how important Donovan Mitchell and James Harden are to their offense, how important is it for you guys to attack those 2 defensively?
We have to put pressure on them in all phases, starting with transition, starting with transition and ending with the ability to try to go offense or rebound. And, you want to make all of their guys, especially guys that make for them and do a lot for them, you want to try to make them work as much as you can. But that's not going to be our focal point. Our focal point is to take the best possible shot that we can get because it's hard to score in the playoffs. But, we do want to make those guys work, starting with transition. So we have to be conscious of trying to play the right way against this group.
Last one, Chris.
I know it's going to be more than just 2 guys on opposite teams going at each other, but Jalen and Donovan, close friends, they have a good history with each other. So what do you make of those 2 guys as superstar guards with a chance to go to the NBA Finals hanging in the balance?
It should be fun. I mean, it should be fun. It should be, entertaining. There's a lot of storylines for you guys to write about, stuff like that. And, I didn't know that they were close friends, so that's... Donovan's from someplace in New York, right?
Right here.
From West, but somebody came up to me and said is it like one of the towns close to Tarrytown?
His dad was born in Elmsford, right down the road.
That's right. So he played in Connecticut.
But he played at AAU in the city.
His dad was with the
His
Mets.
dad still works for the Mets.
His dad works with the Mets right now.
Yes.
Oh, wow. What's he do for the Mets?
He's worked for the community relations.
Oh, he's in community relations?
Pretty engaged, but yeah, he can get a crowd going.
Oh,
He's
okay.
quick. He's got a good first step.
So that's where Donovan got it from.
Is it good though that your 2 star players at the same position that they're going at each other in a series like this?
I mean, I don't look at it like that, but I think it's good for you guys and it's good for the fans maybe. But at the end of the day, especially when you get this far in the playoffs, you're going to have stars on either team, and it makes for a good storyline. But at the end of the day, it's not anything that we think, or at least that I think much about.
Nice,
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike.